Hey everybody, it's me Chris. I'm back in the kitchen. The Giovanna Family Recipes, and today I'm going to show you how to make a really nice veggie pizza. And this is going to be made no sauce, just some cheese and some other ingredients. Let me show you what I got over here. I got my pizza dough already made. You could get the recipe on my YouTube channel. Go on there, go on the Giovanna Family Recipes, and this is my updated pizza dough recipe. And I got my ingredients over here for my veggie pizza. I got the extra virgin olive oil, and this is a pretty good quality one. I guess a little bit of oregano, some salt and pepper I'll use. Mushrooms. I got 3 different types of bell pepper, just for some color. I have a red onion. I got some garlic. I'm going to use this whole thing probably. A nice zucchini. I got 3 types of cheese that I'm going to mix in and make a really nice flavorful cheese blend with fresh mozzarella, Asiago, and grated Parmesan. Alright, so I'm going to start chopping my vegetables, and with the mushrooms, I'm going to take my thumb and put it behind my fingers, and I use the knife. I let the knife go up and down on my knuckle here so it can never get to the tips of my finger, and just fall down to make, I want nice thin slices, and just run your finger down. And I'll do another one real quick. And once you get the hang of this, it goes pretty quick. Alright, so my mushrooms are done, and I washed these prior with a damp towel. I wiped off the dirt and I took out the stems. Now I'm just going to get to my other vegetables and throw everything right in this large mixing bowl. Alright, so for my peppers, I'm just going to cut down along the rib to make a nice flat piece. And just as thin as I can, I'm going to cut really nice thin strips so that this cooks quickly when it's on top of the pizza. Alright, peppers are done. I got my onion. I'm just going to cut off the ends and then cut it in half. I peel the outer layer. And then again, I just want to try and get it as thin as I can. So, nice thin strips of red onion. So for the zucchini, I already washed it really well. I dried it. I'm going to cut off the ends. I'm going to cut it in half and see if I need to cut it again. And yeah, this is kind of big. I'm gonna cut it again in half and make my slices from there, so that I get nice bite-sized pieces. And try and keep it thin too, as thin as you can. All right, so for my garlic, I'm gonna use all this whole head of garlic. Sharp knife. I'm gonna cut off the back, and if the paper starts to slip, just take your hand away so you don't cut your fingers off. Okay, and that'll release the cloves. And then what I want to do is leave these whole and slice them. So I'm just going to give them just a gentle tap to get the paper loose. I'll take off the paper, and then at that point I'm just going to slice them as thin as I can. Alright, so my garlic's all sliced. I'm going to put it all right in with the other veggies. And at this point, I'm just going to, with my hands, I'm just going to mix them all together really well. Break apart the onions. And until it's nice, even spread on all the veggies. Alright, so I got my cheese shredded, my fresh mozzarella, and my Asiago. And that Asiago is going to add a tremendous amount of flavor, really delicious nutty flavor, and it's going to pair up really well with the vegetables. And now I want to just add some grated Parmesan right into that, and that's my 3 cheese blend. I'm going to give this just a quick mix so it's evenly incorporated. Okay, and then I'll set that aside. And what I'm going to do next is put my pizza stones in the oven. I'm going to preheat my oven to 500. That's as high as it goes. and let those stones get nice and hot. I'm going to set up my dough board and have my ingredients in place to start making the pizzas. Alright, so I'm all set up. I'm ready to make my pizzas. I got my dough here. I got my dough board down with a damp towel so it don't slide. And I'm going to show you how to stretch the dough. So let me just grab one of these and keep the other ones covered. And now see the smooth side on top. This is called the face of the pizza. So I got to keep track of that because that's the side I want up when I put my toppings. I'm just going to go into the flour and dip it in there on both sides. Get it good and coated. And you don't need any extra flour on the board. Okay, and I'm going to put the face of the pizza down first and start to stretch the dough. And what I'm trying to do is push from the middle out to the end, out to the crust. That's going to push all the air out to the crust. Okay, and turn it, push from the middle out. And same thing all the way around till it starts to even out. And then you can just, with your fingers, just press and spread your fingers to start to shape the pizza. Okay, and then flip it over and then do the same thing on this side and use your fingers, press and stretch with your fingers, just spreading out your fingers. Okay, and the dough is nice and soft and you really don't need to do much else. It'll give way for you. Okay, and if it's a little uneven, I just use my hands on the thicker parts to stretch it out. Okay, I'm going to put down some semolina on my board. Okay, just transfer this right over. Now, normally I don't use sauce for my veggie pizza. If anything, I'll use some pesto, but I forgot I had some of this marinara sauce in the freezer I wanted to use, so I'm going to use a little bit of that. And you can get the recipe for the marinara sauce on my YouTube channel, DiGiovanna Family Recipes. I'll give this a spread. Try and get it nice and even. Okay, and that's plenty. I got my shredded 3 cheeses. This is the Asiago, the mozzarella, and the Parmesan. Okay, and you really just don't overdo it. Just try and get a nice even amount on your pizza. At this point, I want to put the oregano. Let me just move this back over. Put some oregano. Okay, I'm going to come in with my veggies. Just give them another toss. And I didn't even season these vegetables. These I just put in and mixed with the garlic, and the garlic really flavored them. And I want to put a generous amount because these are going to cook down a little bit. So you want to be generous so you get a decent amount of vegetables there on the pizza. And it really looks nice with all the different colors. Now at this point, I got my sea salt. I got my fresh cracked black pepper. Okay. And then the last thing I'll put on is, for additional flavor for the vegetables, is the extra virgin olive oil from the middle out. And this is ready to go in the oven. Alright, so my second pizza, I already got one in. I'm going to put in my second pizza right onto my stone. And I'm going to let these guys cook till they start to brown a little bit in the back. And then halfway through, I'll spin them around so they cook even. Alright, so my dough's starting to brown. I'm ready to flip these around. I want to get a nice even cook. And these look and smell really, really good. A couple more minutes. Alright, so my veggie pizza is done. And if you want maximum crispiness on your pizza at home using a home oven, you gotta let it cool and then put it back into the oven, either on your pan or your pizza stone. So I'm gonna let this cool. I'm gonna finish making my other pizzas and then we'll try one. Alright, so my veggie pizzas are done and they really look beautiful. And just, you know, visually, you look at the color here, it really makes a nice presentation. And it's really delicious and healthy. You got all the different vegetables, your zucchini, peppers, onions, the sliced garlic, the blend of cheeses, the sauce, the amazing crust. And again, in order to get crispy pizza, you got to let it cool, put it back in the oven and reheat it And that's what I did here. I want to try a piece. I'm going to grab a slice from this one and give it a try. The pizza's incredible. And you know what? We put the veggies on raw. So even though they're cooked through, they still have that fresh taste. And they're not overcooked. It's really, really delicious. The garlic, the olive oil, the blend of cheeses. You gotta try this veggie pizza. You're really gonna love it. Thanks for watching my video.